Hey, Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Civilization 7 as Edward Teach, aka Blackbeard, in charge of Carthage in the Antiquity Age, and we've just been hit by a crisis. And I think I'm going to take the Barbarian Mercenaries crisis here. We don't have that much military units, so having to pay, or we don't have that many military units rather, so having to pay for them is not that big of a deal. We are probably going to want to recruit a few military units so that we can get some levels on our army commander. Even just a slinger or two slinging away could be really useful, because if we can clear these camps, I'm pretty sure there's a big reward awaiting us. I want to go ahead and build an altar in Ruz Gunnier because it's worth 6 production here, because we have a lot of water stuff, and that's going to bring our income back up. We have a little bit of an income hit right now, but I'm not too worried about it. Okay, let's grab the crabs in Thanay. That's going to be worth 4 food, 1 production, and 1 gold per turn, which is excellent. More importantly, it's going to give us access to crabs. Crabs give a bonus food on warehouse buildings in the city. We do have a diplomatic action here. J-Riz is offering us a cultural exchange. I will accept it. Now, we do know that there is going to be up to 45 turns left in the game. Well, up to 60, but the current estimation is between 45 and 60 turns is the highly probable number, and between 30 and 45 turns is the second most highly probable. So there's going to be, we have a bit of time to make some decisions, but there's also not that much time. So we do need to play smart, we do need to play careful, and we do need to push our way through these situations. Okay, perfect. Sabratan has grown again. I think at this point it might be worth it to just convert this to a trading outpost, because +5 trade route range. I can't remember if trade route range is empire wide, but if it is, it should mean that we can make more trade routes with some people here. So for example, we can now reach Carol Supe, which is perfect. We want to try to get as many trades as we can. It's part of our strategy. The Yamatai will be done in 9 turns, which is fantastic. Now, we do want to make sure that we get our Kothon and our dockyards out, because we're not going to be able to build them later. Here's a +5. See, probably the best place for it is... Well, actually, the best place for the Kothon would be here, because this has 4 coastal adjacencies. So what I'm going to do to enable that is to buy myself a granary on this tile here, which will spread the city. And now we can see that this one gets 1, 2, 3, 4 adjacencies, whereas this one would only get 1, 2, 3. You can kind of look down here in the bottom right of the screen. You can see northeast adjacency, east adjacency, southwest adjacency, whereas this one gets 4. So this is slightly better. We will place the Kothon right there. And we want to make sure that we grow back. I would like to grab that iron. I don't think it's super important, so we'll keep going to the fish. The fish really gonna pay us off. Heyamonga Amawi is being built by someone else. Hopefully we can get it done. The Antiquity Age has progressed. So somebody hit Pax Imperatoria. We get a scientific legacy point. That's excellent. We've just unlocked currency. We got the Codex. We got +1 gold and gold buildings. It would be nice to get the Great Lighthouse if we could, so I will start researching that. Coming into Utica, we can grow here. I would like to get that silver, so I'm going to grow to this tile. Then I will place a granary on that tile for a little bit of gold. And then I'll be able to build a new one right there, and I'll be able to grow to this next time this grows in 10 turns. Okay, we're looking okay. It looks like we just hit the next crisis milestone, which has popped out a bunch of dudes. We do have access to more codex slots. I really need to get another colonist out of my capital, so I need to prepare for that. The crisis has intensified. Rusicade has grown, and I wanted to grow to the silver here. So I'm tempted to buy a saw pit to push that. That's not that important to me, though. I would like to get ship sheds, because that's going to give us access to the Quinquireme, which is really useful for making naval units cheaper long term. +1 range on naval units isn't particularly useful for us right now, but I do think this is a reasonable choice. Okay, I am suzerain of a lot of city-states, so we could lose a lot of gold here. Losing gold and food in towns with a specialization would be painful. -1 happiness isn't that bad, considering we don't have that many commander levels. Like, we have none right now, and we're only just now planning to get some. Thankfully, we're a little bit insulated from any potential barbarian shenanigans. Let's disperse. Well, actually, do I want to disperse this one? Because it's right beside my enemies. Maybe it being really annoying serves my purposes pretty well. So I might just retreat away and leave this here. I was just thinking about that. Like, if I leave those camps there, it'll cause problems for my enemies, which works to my favor. Or at the very least, it doesn't not align with my goals. Words are hard sometimes. I would like to purchase or to buy some colonists. It looks like we're looking at maximum of 40 turns left in this age. That could go down. I'm going to purchase a slinger in my capital and start retreating my guys back a bit. Leptis is ready to grow, so I'm going to grow to here. And then I think I'm going to give this place a specialization. That would make a great fishing town. But I think what I want is to make a really strong trade outpost again, so we can keep trading with people. We have really good trade range. We're trading with Thep here. Ruse Gunier has grown, will grow to there. We've got a defenseless settlement, Rusacade. I might buy myself a slinger to protect this. Should be able to defend things mostly with slingers. Let's unattach all of our city or all of our bonus resources from the capital. Put in our city resources. I do like production, so I'll put hides in there because I'm building a wonder, and crabs is nice. Maybe get a little bit of growth. In terms of happiness, I'll just assign these resources. Yeah, we now officially have more resources than slots, which is quite a difficult feat on Carthage, actually, because they get a lot of slots as a civ. But we still need to buy the Kothon and Dockyard here. I do have 2 inland cities that I'm not going to buy them on. I need to think about where my next 2 cities are going. If I were to buy a settler up in Rusgunier, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I could run along here and settle on this nice river tile with 1 settler and settle on this peninsula too. There's a certain amount of appeal to that. So I'm going to save up for another settler and I'll buy it from Rusgunier and see if we can grab those 2 nice settles out here to the west. We have pretty good naval presence. I'm not too worried about that. Oh, hello, more land. Let's do a little radar scan. Nope, nothing. Heyamonga Amawi has been built. That really hurts. So we're missing that cultural legacy point, and there's no more wonders for us to build. That sucks that we got sniped on 2 wonders. In Athenai, I'm going to buy a warrior, fortify that tile, bring a slinger forward, grow to there. I need to save up because I want to buy a colonist next turn, so I'll save up my money for that. I could 1 turn a colonist, but they're so far away from where I actually want to settle. I could 3 turn an army commander. Let's grab a merchant while we can. And in terms of celebration, I'll grab science. I don't need to change this policy. I'm happy with what we have. In terms of social policies, I may as well grab production. Yeah, Thanai is in a bit of trouble. I'm not entirely worried about Thanai just yet, but we do have a couple of boats that we can bring in, and I will bring them in. Slam that archer. Bring the slinger forward. We've got a narrative choice over here. Yamatai is going to give us a migrant. They're 3 turns away. We're 82% through. In terms of specialist tiles, again, these water tiles are just so good. 3 food, 2 production. Amazing tiles. Before the end of the age, we're probably not going to be able to get merchants to anywhere useful. So I'm going to work science in the hope that we can get the Great Lighthouse before the age ends. I'm going to go for another wonder. It would just be nice if we could get that second wonder for that extra culture point. Let me talk to J-Riz. Improve trade relations with J-Riz. We can trade here. I'll send a merchant over there. I'll attach a migrant to my capital. We have all the water tiles now, which is wonderful. If I could get another couple of trade routes up with J-Riz, it would really, really help out in some of the transition things that I'm considering. So let's use our gold to buy the colonists in Rusgunier, as was the plan all along. Athene is in trouble. We can get this kill with a warrior, get this kill with a warrior, move forward, excellent. We have some cash to spend. We don't need to spend it just yet. So I really like this settlement location. This one too feels really nice. Go ahead and slap him with your sling, because we just want to make sure that we're doing damage with our units, not having them sit idle when we have opportunities to attack. And we want to try and get trade routes with these guys. It might be good to switch our policies to try to get a little bit more influence. Maybe we can get like 2 or 3 more trade routes before the end of the age. Let's do a little radar scan because we want to know more about the world. He came forward, he shot us. shot us over here. Cheaper to maintain gold. Yeah, perfect. So we have range, extra range on naval units actually, which is big. Okay, so we're going to reposition our military here so that we can get 2 melee strikes. And the reason we want those melee strikes is to gather experience on our commander, because it is extremely valuable to level up your commanders long term, because that's a permanent upgrade. In terms of antiquity civics, I mean, nobody built Mundo Perdido, which is baffling, or Oracle. So we might be able to build Oracle. The wildcard attribute point is super useful. Let's get this kill here purely just to keep our cities better defended. I'm going to save my gold rather than upgrade that boat. Instead, I want to build more of these Kothons because that's my unique building and I won't be able to build it next age. It will go away. Yeah, I have too many resources. I need to add more resource space to my towns. I can't actually assign all my resources, which is kind of funny. At least I find it funny. I don't know that city state has been defeated. So I'm wondering, can I find the city center here to actually trade with this guy? I can. Roma has a nice trade route here, so let's grab that. Boosh. We'll talk to Benjamin Franklin. Yo, Benjamin, let me hit you up with another trade route, brother. Beautiful. Ooh, a city-state bonus. Now I can get +1 food on warehouse buildings. It's kind of late into the age, so it's probably not going to do that much for me. Production and happiness. Production and happiness. I mean, I feel like production might be more valuable to me right now. So I'll shuffle in some production over happiness. Let's do some fortification and some healing here. Slinger, you can kill this guy. There's nothing that can kill you immediately as long as the next age doesn't like immediately trigger. So we're okay. You can't actually shoot over these cliffs, which is kind of annoying. We are still getting some pretty tasty exploration down here in the south. Some nice land. That's where the settlement limit drives me crazy. Okay, so probably better to trade with Tongo Leka. It's more resources, so we'll make our way over there. Ooh, perfect. We just finished navigation. Mastery, which is going to give us extra combat strength on naval units, extra food on food buildings. No, somebody else built the Great Lighthouse. Oh, my Benjamins. Yeah, unlucky. I guess we'll go for masonry. See what we can do. My town is growing. We almost have this silver. We could pop bounce into the silver if we wanted to, but I would prefer to use my gold on dockyards for my civ to get my unique building, which will allow me to assign more resources, which feels really good. Okay, I've got 1 colonist in position for getting fealty up. We could trade with Ravenna. We can actually reach Chang'an due to the naval trade range there. Let's trade with Ravenna real quick. Lovely. We've got crazy good trade routes. It would be interesting to be able to see like how many actual trade routes I have, but we'll only be able to tell that at the end of the age. Utica has grown. Let's grab that silver. That's +1 gold and +1 food in every settlement. That's 7 gold and 7 food across my empire. Really good incremental gains. Coming into Ruzgunier, we can grab this beautiful fishing boat. 3 food, 2 production, 1 gold. Excellent. I think the city could now be ready to be converted into a special type of location, but I don't think we need to do that just yet. I think we might be allowed to do a little bit more growing. Thanai, on the other hand, is ready to keep growing. Man, this city, or this town will great potential, so we'll keep growing into this lovely coastal terrain. J-Riz wants an alliance. I don't really want to be allied to anyone because that means I get dragged into potential wars that I don't want anything to do with. I could, in theory, get more merchants if we really wanted to lean into like the crazy amounts of trading that we've been doing. Alternatively, if I could settle 3, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities, I don't think it's worth it to settle 5 more cities. So I don't think I'm going to do that. But what I will do, I mean, why not? Because like I'm going to have to pay for these buildings next age, and I don't want to pay for these buildings. And I could see an argument for the saw pit and the brickyard, like to just get them out of the way. But more than anything, I think I'm just going to go for more merchants just so that we can like make that work. Let's settle our colonist in. No, sorry, we don't want to actually settle yet. These are like settled at the last turn of the age. That was the plan, or at least close to the end of the age. All right. Tongo Leka is going to be our location of trading because there's a nice gold resource there, which is worth +1 gold and happiness in all settlements. So Boosh Gunier, I'm going to want to build a dockyard next turn so that we get the Punic port for the +2 resource capacity. We'll be able to assign more resources. I gotta say, I'm having a good time playing Civ 7. It's quite enjoyable. I'm having a time. Okay, we got a diplomatic action here. He's offering me a local festival. I'm going to take that because I want the +2 diplomatic influence. I forgot to plug in the diplomatic influence card. I suppose at the end of the age, it doesn't make that much of a difference. Yeah, let's go trade with Sundapura because just every trade route that I can get down is just a victory. Oh my goodness. That is so much like the classic civilization thing. You find the barbarian hordes as you explore. Oh man. Okay, there's masonry and I accidentally clicked off it. We were researching masonry and something else. I may as well research, let me see, how many codexes am I away? I think I'm 1 codex away from the next, no, I'm 2 away. And there's only a maximum of 30 turns in this age. So I would need to get wheel mastery plus military training mastery. Well, I'll go for wheel mastery first because there's a codex there, and maybe we can get a codex from some other source. My capital city is ready to grow. I don't think the land tiles are as valuable as the sea tiles. So now I'm going to start putting specialists into my Punic port here because that's going to get me a little bit of science and culture trickle, which would be big. It would be really nice to build a monument actually, but I don't want to spend money on that, not while I still have dockyards to build. So let me go ahead and build a dockyard in here. Boom. Beautiful. I think I could specialize Rusgunier. Let me make this into a fishing town. Let's do it. Big food. Grow that capital nice and quick. All right, let's research entertainment. What are the chances we get the Oracle? It's a non-zero chance. We would have to cancel our merchants to get it. And I really do want that second wonder to get that point. It's worth 2 culture per turn, plus a wildcard attribute point, plus it would give me an adjacency bonus permanently. Also gaining extra culture from narrative events, plus 20 per age. So let's drop that there and see if we can get this Oracle. There's like a 0% chance we get the Colosseum, but I will also attempt that because I'm just crazy like that. And to the point where I think I'm going to start pulling pearls out of my capital because I don't think we need many more celebrations. And instead, I'm just going to grab anything that has production on it. I'm going to start slamming those into my capital city. So we're going to have like so many sheep in here. It's going to feel like a Welsh birthday party. Let's see, what else? What can I pull out of here? We probably don't need Cowlin. I'll plug in the cotton. I mean, crabs are cool, but I would rather get +2 production from tin. So now we're up to 60 production in the capital, which brings this down to, uh-oh. Please don't crash. My hands are off the wheel, and I'm praying to Jesus. Please don't crash. I appear to have broken the game. I need to look up. What, like, closing the trade window seems to have broken, I can't actually click on anything. I need to look up what the hotkey to bring up the trade window is. Okay, so opening the legacy path screen works. Oh, whoa! I fixed it. I fixed it by spamming buttons. Take that, Civ 7 UI. Anyway, the point is we managed to shave a turn off the Oracle. That was what all that putting those resources into the capital was for. Take me there. I'll be trading. Looks like we've got a little guy over here being annoying. Oh, we got a promotion. Now, I'm a big proponent of the Bastion tree, but I am going to grab the Assault and Maneuver openers. Also want to attack this archer. Oh, that was a kill. Nom 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 nom. Delicious souls. Let me quickly also buy a slinger here to protect this city. Now, I want to have a lot of gold saved up because on the very last turn of this age, I want to buy my unique district in both of these cities if I can. And in this city, I want to put it here because it has 1, 2, 3, 4 adjacencies. And in this city, or in this settlement rather, I want to build it here because it has 1, 2, 3 adjacencies. I'm going to trade with Sundapura. Oh, wait, how long would it take you to get over here? Oh, it's so many turns. Like the age is basically over. It's fine. Yeah, go ahead and trade with Sundapura. I forgot to stick some resources in my town. Retreat. Don't get caught. No, somebody stole the Oracle. God, I'm every wonder, dude. I'm getting one turn or few turned on. J Riz wants a cultural exchange. I'm going to accept that. Thank you, J Riz. Really appreciate you. I saw his he has a bust in Cadiz. You know who else busted in Cadiz? Your mom. Okay, fall back. I should probably look to clear this. So let's make an attack here. Move you forward. Make an attack with you. We'll start slamming. Hopefully next turn we can clear it. Let's get 20% science from We Love the Tyrant Day. Beautiful. I'm going to plug in oratory because I had meant to plug that in a long time ago and I just forgot about it. Lovely. Carthage finished building merchants. Let's get our monuments because that is worth diplomatic influence. It's very late into the game to be getting diplomatic influence, but I'll take it. Plus culture, you know, it'll add a little bit of culture next stage. I don't necessarily want to build that town just yet. We will, but not yet. I hope the tile you're on is forested. It looks like it's a flat grassland. May as well get the first attack then. Sure, why not? Okay, if you can make it over there, I'll be proud of you. Good luck, merchant. Utica, I need you to be a trade outpost for me. Let's go. Also, I need like trade links to my own cities so that they can feed this place. Oof. All right, let's get 1 attack, 2 attacks. Then we're going to step in and cleanse this. Boom. That got us 50 culture plus an army commander promotion. Beautiful. That's wonderful. We're going to grab maneuvers. Now we have a highly maneuverable land commander where units can move after unpacking from, and he gets +1 movement on land and ignores terrain movement restrictions when packed. So a highly mobile army commander, which will be useful should we ever find ourselves getting into a tussle. Rusticade is going to grab its silver. That's going to be +2 production, +1 gold, +1 happiness. More importantly, the +1 gold and +1 food. +1 gold and +1 food in all settlements, which is beautiful. Now, Thanai has grown again. And I think again, we just keep focusing on these beautiful coastal tiles because they're so good for us. We do get a militaristic attribute point from clearing that camp, which is great. And we need to think about how we want to spend it. Are we going to be capturing settlements in the next age, which does feel like the main priority for us expanding? So perhaps we want to take +1 war support on all our wars so that we just have a little bit of an easier time fighting. We managed to grab the wheel, which is going to give us access to the villa, which is even more diplomatic influence, which is fantastic. We also have access to the ballista, military infiltration, and the Numidian cavalry. Not really, the Numidian cavalry was not a focus for us this run. I'm going to put another specialist onto my Kothon and my Punic port here, because that is just going to be chipping away for the rest of the game, producing a nice boost of culture and science for us. Diplomatically, Lafayette wants to do a local festival. I really like diplomatic influence, so I'm going to accept this because there's no cost. It is late into the age, and so diplomatic influence has fallen in value, but that does not mean it has no value. Let's improve our trade relations with you, good sir. Maybe we can get another trade-off. In Carthage, we have no wonders to build. We could do a research initiative if we really wanted to push 6 turns. Yeah, I don't think we're even with this. How much science do we get out of this? Basically, we get 80 per turn. I don't think this is going to let us get this codex. We have a maximum of 24 turns. There's a chance we get. Would we not be better getting more merchants in this age and making sure that our existing cities have links? I mean, how important for it would it be for us to get the scientific legacy point in reality? Like, because like we need to get this wheel tech, right? It's a case of what can we achieve before the end of the game? That's kind of like the question we're asking ourselves right here. And I'm just going to lay out the two major decisions that we can make with our capital, because we need to save about 1,000 gold. We need to save about 2,000 gold, right, in our bank, because it's going to cost us about 2,000 gold to get these towns up and running when we settle them on the last turn of the age in order to trigger the second military legacy point, okay? So that we can get +2 settlement limit and scale our empire that way. We've accepted that we're not going to get a cultural legacy. However, we are wondering right now, do we push for the sort of safer play where we build merchants and draw connections to our existing towns so that they can all feed each other in the next age? Or do we pump research initiative science to try and to get the wheel to bronze working, military training, and military training 2? Like, we can do the maths here, right? We're making 83 science per turn, and we need to make 250 plus 375, let's call that 600 plus 600 plus 600. We need to make 1,800 science. Okay, so 1,800 science divided by 83 per turn. It would take us about 21 turns if we work this research initiative. And then we can use maybe some of our spare gold to buy a merchant or two and get a little bit of linkage up. So I think it makes sense for us to push this research initiative, because there's a good chance that we can get to military training mastery as long as the age isn't shortened through either a cultural age progression milestone or a military age progression milestone. All the other milestones have been hit, but so this is what we can eke out of the age. So let me attack here with a slinger. I'll move this warrior up and this slinger up. Put you right there. We're just getting a trickle of experience from fighting this guy, which feels nice. We could attack here. I think attacking here will get us another experience point, which is good. It's not much, plus 1 XP, but it's something. And something is better than nothing. That's the rule that I've been taught. Get something if you can, especially if nothing's on the table. So some of our turns are going to be uneventful here. Like, there's not much happening because we're in that sort of final optimization stretch at the end of an age where we're just trying to eke out whatever little advantage that we can. It might be good for us to build an altar in Thanai, and I think I will. I think that is worth it. It probably won't pay itself off this age, but it will like provide some benefit. I would love to build the villa, but this would crush my science per turn. Can I afford to purchase the villa? Maybe. I don't want to go over my settlement limit with these colonists until like I have to, because any reduction in my happiness could mean a reduction in my science, which means I might not hit the scientific milestone that I'm looking to hit. So I do have to be very careful. Like, we're in a very precarious position where optimization is extremely important to get the outcomes that we're looking for. But we should be capable of getting at least some of the outcomes we're hoping for. So there's the wheel. We got access to a codex. Let's go ahead and take that codex and store it in a town. Beautiful. I got a narrative choice. The crisis has gone stronger. But we already cleared out our main threat, so we don't need to worry about this. The only one who's a threat to us now is Nock, and that's really far away. Oh, +1 codex. That's big. We just hit the Great Library milestone, which means we can shift gears in our capital. We no longer need to push for more codexes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 more to hit the next milestone, which means we would need this codex, and this codex, and this codex, which we're never hitting. We're never hitting that before the end of the age. It's never going to happen. I mean, we have 20 turns. Okay, let's map this out. Getting to here is going to take most of those 20 turns. So we're never getting to here or here. It's just never happening. So we don't even need to worry about that. We don't even have to think about that's not on our. It's not on the balance sheet. You know what I mean? What is on the balance sheet though is squeezing out the last little production and stuff out of our empire. So maybe grabbing masonry here is a really good move. Crisis policy wise, we're not fighting independent powers anymore, so inferior tactics is fine. We have the majority of the gold that we need, so I think losing some gold from city-states is fine. It's like 50 gold per turn, but of the choices, it was clearly the lesser of the other evils, because we had gone and we were doing like an insane. We're importing a ridiculous number of resources, which means if we took the import penalty, we would be probably losing gold at this point. But yeah, we need to pay attention to the end of the age. So there is masonry, getting us +1 production on production buildings, which is fantastic. That includes warehouse production buildings. In terms of placing specialists, the palace is another good spot to put specialists, because the palace has a special bonus adjacency, which is that it gets half an adjacency point from a fully built district beside it. So for science and culture, so your specialists on this tile will always operate slightly better. So I'm going to plonk you down there, because having a strong baseline science and culture for the next age will actually serve us really well. In terms of our next scientific research, I do think that the barracks is like not a bad decision here. So I think we'll grab that now. All right, let's vacuum pack up all our units and prepare to head over here to the west to see if we can pick up just a trickle of more experience. Okay, so what can I build before the age ends to make a big difference? Probably get myself a couple of merchants. I have the spare money. I would like to get the villa as well, because that would give us a baseline diplomatic influence gain in the next age. So I'll grab that right there. It would be nice to build a building on the library too, as that would get us a small trickle of science and culture. In Thanai, we're ready to grow. I think we'll grab some more fishing tiles. Lovely. Yeah, you stay right there. Oh. It looks like they refounded. They refounded this location. So let's make use of our skills. Use the commander to fortify that tile. You fortify that tile. And hopefully we don't lose anyone, but we're just trying to gather just a little bit of experience. Trickles of experience. Jesus, this guy's going settling. Oh yeah, I forgot that we just severely weakened ourselves to fighting these guys, didn't we? Yeah, you know what? Maybe we should vacuum pack. Slurp and run. Slurp and run. That's my new patented strategy. It's what I did to your mom. Okay. Let's grab a thingy here. In Rusicade, I'm going to spend the money on a brickyard and a saw pit. Now, where we place those is going to have importance. So there's a 3 adjacency mountain right there. So if I put them right there, we could make use of that. That feels like a good decision. In theory, we could make this an urban center if we wanted to make this into a city later. I don't know if that's necessarily what I want to do here. Nope, J-Riz, I do not want an alliance because I don't want the diplomatic fallout of being allied to you. The AI likes to declare wars and that would mess up my trading game. I think it would be nice if there was a defensive pact. Like, I will answer the call to arms if you get attacked, but I don't want to be your ally. I don't want to get, like, I don't want to join your wars. Okay, we found the Colosseum. +1 settlement limit. Now, what are the chances that we can build that Colosseum? No, it's already gone. That's fine. We can settle one of these cities now, thanks to that settlement limit. So I'm going to drop this one, Hadrumetum. And I may as well just research towards organized military so that we could maybe settle the other one before the end of the age. But the advantage of this means that we can actually make use of it. So I would like to get these camels and probably the tin and the sheep, but I also really want to work the water. So I'm going to build the harbor right there with the fishing key. Boom. So that's about 300 gold. And then another 600. Well, actually, we needed a little bit more gold. If I had not calculated that correctly, it could have gone badly. Right, we'll get the Kothon plus the dockyard. Boom. So we actually need about 12 to 1400 gold for one of these cities to get them up and running. But that's really nice. This place will keep chipping away doing stuff. It would be nice to get turtles. We'll go for those turtles. I'll take an extra 20% science, please. I don't want to change these. I think decentralization would hurt my civilization too much, as would banditry, so I'm just going to leave these ones the way that they are. You could make an argument for inferior tactics, but, you know, thankfully we're not in the midst of fighting all these guys, and we can just Zoidberg away. Whoop, 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 whoop. +2 happiness in all settlements isn't bad. I think I'll take that. Celebrations are good. Happiness is generally good. The only little bit of land that I wasn't able to explore is down here, because whenever I try to approach it with a scout, in fact, I got a scout killed up over here recently trying to explore this last little chunk of land. But we have been very successful with regards to exploration this game. Like, I'm very happy with the exploration that we've done. Antiquity Age ends in 15 turns or thereabouts. Perfect. We've got spearmen plus archers and the barracks available now, so we could in theory upgrade these units if we wanted to. And this town is growing like wildfire. Beautiful. Hadrumetum. I would like to Hadrumetum. J-Riz with another local festival. I'll take that. Probably a good idea to do a military aid with him. He'll accept that at least. We may as well get the amphitheater. Mausoleum and Halicarnassus. Ooh, that's crazy. Arena. Blacksmith. Codex. I'm feeling good. Feeling good about my empire. Capital has grown. I'm going to put a specialist right here. Again, we're trying to build up an economy for the future of our empire. Now, the reason we built these merchants was actually to link up our empire, to make sure that we have roads to all of our friendly settlements. So let's get another merchant, I reckon. I would like to build the barracks for that small trickle of science. It is a one-turn build, so let's do it. It's production. Production is king. We love production in this house. This is a production house. Hadrumetum has grown. Let's grab that. And barracks is finished in here. Let's grab another merchant. Maybe we can link things up. Thanai is under siege. Let's make sure we mass upgrade the troops in here. Plus we'll upgrade the galley. I did have another galley around here. Let's upgrade you. So now you're a quadrireme and we should be able to defend this. Okay, Hungry Ocean. We can get celebration or gold. I'll take the gold. I love gold. Not only is this a production house, this is a gold house. All right, let's pop out an archer. Use the archer to fight. I will also get my Quinn quadrireme to shoot, doing the big damage. We'll deposit an archer over here who will shoot as well. And we'll deposit a spearman right there who's going to fortify. Now, in Thanai, we have a pop growth event. And so I want to grow right there. Respond to diplomatic action. Thank you for the cultural exchange, J-Riz. I will take that because it's free culture. There's no reason to... I don't have a reason right now to refuse it. I don't mind having a positive relationship with J-Riz. I'm not seeking to harm our relations as it currently stands. Let's see. Yeah, probably next turn is when I drop this settlement down to get the militaristic attribute point. So the Majorda River has flooded. Production towards training infantry and ranged units. The Terracotta Army. The Age of Antiquity will come soon to an end. In 10 turns, it's going to end, which is excellent. We are playing in continuity mode. So what I'd like to do is like to pull this archer back a tile, pull you back to the city. You sit there and shoot. Let me grab my quadrireme. If you fortify, you might die. Shoot this nerd. You come over here. Can you shoot that nerd as well? Thank you very much. He's basically dead. Hold the line. Oh, nice. We can trade with Chang'an. That's amazing. Boom. Yet another trade route added to the mix. Let me put another camel in the capital because there's like some more production here. This is kind of insane. I'm loving it though. So 10 turns to go. I'm going to settle this city. Yes, it's going to crush our happiness because we're over our settlement limit. But +1 militaristic legacy point and the settlement limit option, which is my favorite one. All-time 5-star favorites. Lapitus, let's go ahead and grab ourselves. Again, the Kothon is going to work best on this tile because it gets +1 adjacency from coastal water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a fishing key right here so that we can build to that. Plus we'll put the harbor on top of that. Then Kothon 7 production plus the dockyard. Bish bash bosh. Very happy in here. We could even go for the altar if we wanted to. There's probably not much reason to go for the altar. But there's also probably not much reason to not go for the altar. So you know what? Let's just do it. For the hell of it, for the love of it, for the art of it. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put you right there. 9 turns until this age ends. It sounds so ominous. The age will end. I'm going to keep focusing on growing onto fish tiles in these 2 new cities, in these 2 new towns. Quadrireme, can you get some kills? Thank you, sir. Whoa, I'm under attack. Bad guys are coming. Bafflingly, this city has grown. At this point, I don't even know if I should specialize it. But yeah, man, like, look how beautiful this untouched terrain is. It's like crafted gorgeously. Now look at this farm and stuff. It looks like a mess. Should I turn off shadows? Would that make it better? It's like, this looks like someone vomited, like, onto the landscape. This looks beautiful. Gorgeous. I almost want to play like an eco faction whose job it is just to erase civilization so that we can have this beautiful map back. All right, shoot. Oh, you can't shoot from there. That's annoying. Archer, can you shoot him, please? Thank you. Perfect. It's only 1 experience per turn, but like, it's 1 experience per turn, bro. That's 1 more than we were getting before. Ooh. Little spicy spearman coming down here to say hi. Sagunia D's nuts. So we filled out this location and this location. This is probably going to be our culture location forever. So maybe we should put some specialists there. Like, they're not worth that much. But this extra kickstart of culture and happiness is quite good. We do need to be careful about how much happiness we're spending in this city. But like, topping up this tile feels really good. +1 science, +3 culture. I'm going to do it. Building a nice tall capital city feels good. So that's what we're going to do. Question is, Is there anything we want to build before we go to the next age? I don't really think so. I can't think of anything that we would want to build that would make a big difference. So I might just get myself another set of merchants and like just let that be the last thing that we build. Like, why not? Okay, engineering has been finished. We have access to the amphitheater and the bursa. I don't know if we necessarily need to build the amphitheater. We could build it if we wanted to. +5 culture per turn. It would give us a higher base culture in the next age, which has a lot of value. So I think we will grab that. We're never going to research mathematics in time. It would be nice to get the academy for the base yields. Maybe we can get a bridge out. That'd be fun. Let's take that 20% science for 10 turns. Nothing in here really matters. I suppose extra scout movement at this point can be useful for my little vanity project down the south, where I'm trying to explore. Like, I want to explore all the coastline of this continent. It's kind of like a fun little side project. Now, so we basically own America. We basically have complete control of the American continent. Just like a little bit of inland stuff that we need to get control of. In terms of Pangaea, damn, Pangaea is a big continent. What is this? I think that's a natural wonder. Do natural wonders show up different in the continent map mode? That's so Raven. I feel like the natural wonders in this game are really hard to see because the landscape is just so messy. Like, I know I found like a couple. I feel like I found a mountain one along the coast here somewhere, but I just have no idea where it is. Maybe I'm crazy. Does anyone else remember that? I found like a mountain wonder. I've probably looked at it like 4 times, but it doesn't look distinct enough from other mountains, which is the problem. I know I found another mountain. I'm not imagining that. Is it inside someone's territory? There it is. God, that's just so hard to spot that. I've got opinions, man. I've got opinions. All I'm saying is Civ 6 was visually easier on the eyes. So I think this is an opportunity to build roads. I'll build a road there, connecting up my empire. Those connections are permanent, I believe. Yeah, let's grab another fishing tile in Hadrometum. Thank you very much. We will grab this actual fish tile over here in Lapithus. We could, in theory, we could optimize our placement of resources, but it's not what I care about. Not at this juncture. Oh, sneaking in. Oh, we've almost saw the coastline. That's so cool, man. 4 turns to go. We managed to pull off the exploration miracle of exploring the entire continent. That should be worth a point. I feel like that should be worth a legacy point. Exploring a whole ass half of the world. +6 per turn. J-Rizzle builds wonders faster. Sounds great, J-Rizzle. I'm just going to put all my units on alert now. I think that's basically it for the age. Probably just spend our money. Like, why not? I don't have a really strong reason not to spend my money. So thinking about positioning, this has 3 adjacency, this has 5 adjacency. This has 2 resource adjacencies. If I were to put them there, it would boom, 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 boom. 2 mountain adjacency tiles. This is a big mountain adjacency tile, but we'll never be able to put anything in there. I want to keep this available for, you know, the grist mill and the sawmill. I know they don't need rivers anymore, but I still build them on rivers, damn it. I would love to build a brickyard and saw pit. The question is, do I put it here or do I put it here? I think I'll put it to the right. Now, in Lapithus, we've already spent our money. In Rusgunier, we could build a brickyard and the saw pit right here. This has high adjacency. I think we'll build it right there. Brickyard, saw pit, beautiful. Leptis doesn't have its brickyard or its saw pit, so we would like to get those. This is a really high... All of these are really good adjacency tiles. I would like to get closer to this nice mountain area here. It's got 3 adjacency for mountains and a triple resource adjacency. So I think I will pop this right there on the coast. Sabratan doesn't have its brickyard or its thingy doodle. I think right here is a good spot for that. Build a connecting road to Hadrometum if we can. Oh yeah, that's a nice road. Went all the way down this way. Thanai has grown and we'll grab the last water tile of the age, which is wonderful. Lapithus has also grown, so we can grab another water tile. Beautiful. And then, ooh, Benji Franklin is going to give us 6 culture per turn. Not much culture left in the age, considering there's only 3 turns left, but I don't have a reason to refuse it, so I will accept it. I do like seeing these new atolls in the middle of the ocean. I like that there's like little islands out there. I like the updates that they've been doing to the game. This feels super tact coded. You know what I mean? This is beautiful. Oh, this one looks very underwater compared to this one, which is not so underwater. This one's like, I think those trees are drowning, bro. Bro, if you think about it, trees are crazy. It's like land coral that makes like the most perfect primitive construction material imaginable. And like, if you think about it, trees are crazy species that like shape the environment. So there's conscription, mausoleum of Theodoric, plus the settlement limit. So we're no longer taking a happiness penalty. There's engineering. We could, in theory, build a bridge if we really wanted to. I don't know if we could get over the bridge, but we could build it. All right, let's research mathematics just to keep us busy. We'll research citizenship again just to keep us busy. And we're missing a tiny bit of coastline here, but I don't know if that counts. Come on. You're not going to fault me for this, are you? When I've got basically the entire coastline of my landmass covered. The age of antiquity. It was the age of antiquity. The age of antiquity. Let's put that into a specialist in the capital. Hadramedium has grown again. Let's grow to the flax. Then Lapithus has grown. We still have a few water tiles in here to grab, so we'll keep grabbing those. Go to the next turn. And that is the end of the age of antiquity. I think we got 6 or 7. 6, 7. Civ 7. I think we got 6 or 7 legacy points. All right, let's have a look at our rewards. Oh, lovely. Lots of rewards here. We got some nice age rankings. We actually did really well on Silk Roads. We did okay on Great Library and great on Pax Imperatoria. We actually managed to get 7 out of 12 possible points. Our distribution looks a little bit different to the AI, but not bad at all. Let's have a look at our Legends report here. We're going to level up Edward Teach. I feel like I should have got some extra legacy things for this run, but whatever. No rewards unlocked. Whatever, man. So let's do our age transition, and we're going to become the Republic of Pirates. Oh. Shiver me timbers, lad. Right. We'll be picking the Republic of Pirates today now. They're an economic and militaristic civilization. They have a bunch of cool abilities, but first, shall we change our mementos? No, laddie. Shall we keep them the way they are? Alright, let's take the Republic of Pirates. Oh, dude. So we get Flying Gang. We get extra yields from pillaging coastal raiders. We can't train or purchase settlers, but we can capture them. Naval treasure convoy buccaneer units can move into other civilizations' borders without being at war or having open borders. And we get a 30% production bonus towards the Havana Harbor. We also get the Sloop, which is a unique light naval unit that can cross the borders of other civilizations, plunder trade routes, and attack units of non-allied civilizations without going to war. Defeating a unit with the sloop provides gold equal to 100% of that unit's combat strength and can move after attacking. So this stacks with Edward Teach's other abilities. We also have the Buccaneer, which is a Republic of Pirates unique naval commander. It gains 1 charge to use the raiding party action for every 2 levels it has. Raiding party. Target an adjacent treasure resource owned by a different civilization in distant land. This settlement instantly spawns a treasure convoy under your control. This does not reset the turns until another... This does not reset the turns until another treasure convoy spawns. Bleh. So many words, dude. The gameplay has gotten so complicated. So we have the Haven 2. This is our unique quarter, which is we build a naval arsenal and a naval station on the same tile. The same district. It gives us +1 gold for every treasure resource in our pool. In our pool? What does that mean? What's a pool? This is where, again, hoverable tooltips right here. Like, what is a pool? Friendly naval units receive +50 healing on this tile. Ooh, very hard to break this tile. The naval arsenal is a gold building that has gold adjacency from resources and wonders, must be placed on coast, so it is a water building. And then we've got the naval station, which is a production building that has production adjacency from military buildings, gold buildings, and wonders. It's ageless, has to be placed on coast, and has no gold maintenance. Oh, very nice. I do like that Axum, Amina, Carthage, and Edward Teach unlock this. Let's go ahead and give the Republic of Pirates a try. And let's see what they bring to us.
Ahoy, bucko. You've got an account with those who ken no lord but the sea and the salt. We anchor then, and see if it be gold or Jack Ketch at the end of your gangway. The writ's been signed, and the devil's afoot.
Ooh, did they get the voice actress to do an accent for that one? Gwendolyn, Chris, that's awesome if they did. 100% yields from pillaging coastal raiding. Yes, okay, I'm super excited to try these guys out. The Port of Call Civic will give the Buccaneer commander a charge to create a town. That's really cool. So we can found towns, just not in the traditional way. Love it. Excellent. Okay, let's have a look here. It is the start, it is the dawn of a new age. The world looks different and yet the same. But I tell you what, that's going to be the end of this episode and the end of the ancient/antiquity age. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Avast, me hearties.